Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. This is your Z107.7 local news for Saturday, October 26th, 2024. The Lion Fire has been sitting at 98% containment after burning just under 44,000 acres in the San Bernardino National Forest. Burned Area Emergency Response, or BEAR, teams have already begun assessments of the Lion Airport and bridge fires. As the temperature continues to cool here in the high desert, more campfires are being lit in neighborhoods and campgrounds. The Bureau of Land Management's California Desert District is now allowing safe campfires and target shooting on BLM-managed lands in San Bernardino County. You'll need a free campfire permit to build a campfire or use a barbecue or gas stove on BLM-managed public lands. Those are available for free at readyforwildfire.org and at the BLM, Forest Service, and CAL FIRE offices. During red flag warnings and fire weather watches, as determined by the National Weather Service, all recreational target shooting and use of campfires will be suspended. Basically, when the murder winds start to pick up, put a pin in any campfire plans as embers carry easily and we're still quite dry here in the desert. For more specific information on fires on BLM managed land, you can see this story at Z107.7fm.com. There's a few more public land updates. In the Mojave National Preserve, the Mojave Desert Tortoise is getting a little help when it comes to crossing roads and ravens. According to a press release from the U.S. Department of Interior, 5 miles of tortoise fencing have been installed on road shoulders, preventing the tortoises from entering roadways when they're out and about looking for wildflowers, drinking water, or mates. Sema Road is the first of the preserve's roads to receive the fencing, and they plan to install dozens of more miles of fencing on roads that intersect prime tortoise habitat. The preserve also reports that they've removed over 500 utility poles where ravens could nest. Those poles date back to the 1940s. And on October 31st, the Mojave National Preserve turns 30, thanks to the Desert Protection Act of 1994. And if you're one of the many off-road enthusiasts here in the high des, you may have traveled way down south of the Salton Sea and just north of the Mexican border to the Imperial Sand Dunes. The BLM is seeking public input on an increase for recreation permit fees at the popular OHV area. The proposed fees would be $55 for off-site weekly permits, $70 for on-site weekly permits, and $185 for season permits, starting in October of next year. You can see a link at this story for more information on the proposed rate hikes. It's the Halloween season, and there's lots of fun, family-friendly Halloween events happening throughout the desert. Schools, churches, neighborhoods, and businesses are hosting lots of events this weekend and next. With a look at a few events put on by community organizations, here's Dr. Spooky himself, Jeff Harmatz.
If you're looking for something that's scary but not too scary fun for the whole family, come to the High Desert Nature Museum in town of Yucca Valley Recreation Department's Halloween Spooktacular today. Expect a trick-or-treat in an enchanted castle, explore a haunted petting zoo, enjoy face painting, a costume contest, and a lot more. All activities are free to the public. The fun runs from noon to 4 p.m. at the Yucca Valley Community Center. Z107.7's own Cody Joseph will be at the event, so go and say hello. And if you missed that one, there's a lot more Halloween stuff happening. The Joshua Tree Community Center will become a haunted house tomorrow from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., along with a free trunk-or-treat event. And the City of 29 Palms and Rediscover 29 are throwing a Halloween bash on Thursday, Halloween. A public trunk-or-treat featuring local businesses will make sure everyone gets sacks full of candy, so don your costume and come out to be seen at Freedom Plaza from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. They ask that costumes have no masks. And it's not too late to sign up to be a trunk at the 29 Palms event. Contact the city's Parks and Recreation Department at 760-367-6799 to sign up today. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Jeff Harmatz.
Thanks, Jeff. The Z107.7 Morning Show co-host and news director Jeff Harmatz is set to show off his spooky side on Halloween. On Thursday night, when the clock strikes midnight, turn the dial to Z107.7 FM when Jeff will be playing what he's calling a truly terrifying collection of music, including some songs that may have never been played on any radio station ever before. Tune in for a show his partner discouraged him from doing, saying, "That's way too scary to do on the radio." This Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 o'clock noon, there'll be an airplane display at the 29 Palms Airport. Come on down and see and touch real airplanes, talk with the pilots, grab coffee and donuts while they last, and fly by Mustard's Last Stand and purchase a hot dog. There'll be Halloween treats for the kids as well. That's an airplane display and pilot hangout at the 29 Palms Airport this Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon. The airport's located at 78569 29 Palms Highway. And the community drive-in concert series that first popped up in the pandemic and has been providing music under the stars since 2020 is having their very first drive-in movie this Sunday. Night of the Living Dead is the original zombie flick that first shuffled onto screens in 1968, and it's making its desert debut at Mon Petit Mojave. If you aren't familiar with the venue, it's located out on the mesa and set up for you to drive in and get cozy in your car or bring chairs to set up outside for extra spooky viewings. The special screening is more than just a movie night. It's also a fundraiser to keep the beloved drive-in concerts free and accessible to everybody. Mon Petit Mojave describes itself as a nonprofit that brings music, culture, and connection to the outdoors. The suggested donation is $10, and it's easy to RSVP for the Sunday event or any of the upcoming shows at monpetitmojave.com/RSVP. And that's your local news for Saturday. You can hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.